Hi, everybody. I'm Brittany Lewis, a breaking news reporter here at Forbes. Joining me now is Congresswoman Anna Paulina Luna. Congresswoman, thanks so much for coming back on.
Thanks for having me back on.
Earlier this month, you participated in the House Oversight Committee's hearing with sanctuary city mayors. You listened to their testimony, you asked them questions, and at the end of your questioning, you told them that you're criminally referring them to the Department of Justice. So that's a big step. Can you talk to us about your decision?
Absolutely. I think I share the same frustrations that the American people do, in that, first of all, Congress has the ability to do criminal referrals, but also now that we have the Department of Justice, it's time that the Department of Justice actually looks into bringing charges against people that are knowingly breaking federal law. So the reason why I went down the line of questioning that I did, and I would encourage everyone watching this clip to look at that line of questioning, if you guys can also maybe consider adding it into this interview. I wanted to see what their responses were for their own policies reflecting in their city versus what federal law says. And as you saw, based on their responses, I wasn't initially going to refer them if they said that they had made changes that are aligned with federal law and that they were no longer breaking the law. As you saw, though, with their responses, they all admitted to breaking the law. And so, in my opinion, they're long-term causing us to spend more money having to deal with the issue of illegal immigration, but also they're putting Americans at risk for personal safety. And so what I did was I made the referral. I actually just today followed up with the Department of Justice. They acknowledged receipt of our inquiry, checking on the status of their investigations into these mayors. And frankly, I look forward to the Department of Justice holding them accountable. Because look, if you did it, if I did it, we'd be in jail. But just because they're in blue cities doesn't mean that they're protected.
I want to talk about New York City Mayor Eric Adams particularly because he seemingly has taken a tougher stance on immigration. I want to read part of his testimony. He said this, quote, "To be clear, a sanctuary city classification does not mean our city will ever be a safe haven for violent criminals. It also does not give New York City the authority to violate federal immigration laws. To the contrary, New York City will always comply with city, state, and federal laws as it does now." Eric Adams has said before, "Hey, I'm cooperating with ICE. Hey, I'm cooperative with Borders Czar Tom Homan." In fact, he sat at that Fox and Friends interview saying how they're working together. What do you think of him? Do you think he's in a different category here? What more do you want to see from New York City's mayor?
Well, look, as I stated earlier, I gave the mayors and I read their opening statements. And again, the ones that were in question with me, I asked them point blank on whether or not they're still violating federal law in my line of questioning. And as you saw with those referrals, if they were in line with federal law, I did not refer them to the DOJ. So I think obviously New York City has been plagued. Look, we know that New York City is a very blue area, and we know that its own representatives, for the most part, are doing everything they can to undermine with this administration and what Congress has mandated that they do in regards to stopping illegal immigration and enabling some of these people that are coming here doing very bad things. Look, I would like to see, though, all of these cities adopt a no illegal immigration policy. As we're seeing, Mayor Adams has actually gone back on his previous stances and is now doing the right thing. And so I hope that he continues to do that. But, I find it very interesting that as soon as he came out against the Biden policies on illegal immigration, that then there was a case opened up against him in regards to corruption charges. So look, obviously we don't want people doing illegal stuff, but I find the timing very, very coincidental.